This is a very informal training video showing you how I use Storify to hold all of the resources that we discuss on Tuesday nights for our Innovate chat. So every Wednesday morning after our Innovate chats, I come to storify.com and log in using my Twitter information and click on Create Story. And then it brings you to this page, and this is what allows you to give it a title, a description, and then your story is right here below. And by story, I mean it's just a place for you to house some of the resources that were shared so that other teachers who maybe weren't able to be part of the chat can go back and look at it, or even those that were part of the chat maybe want to look at some of the resources that were mentioned. So I may call this, on Tuesday we specifically discussed digital curation, and then I'm going to put our hashtag NASD Innovate chat. And then below I'm going to go ahead and put the date, which was April 2nd, 2013. And then below here is where your actual story is held. And then over here is the stuff that you can search for to drag to your story. So here's the menu. I'm going to click on the Twitter icon, and then right here you can either search for a specific user or a specific hashtag. So for example, if I wanted to search for a specific user to create a story just on ideas and resources they've shared, you could search for that right here. So you could search for like Carla Burkholder and it'll pull up all of her tweets, and you could drag that over. But I'm going to look up just the hashtag Innovate because I want to pull up everything that was discussed on Tuesday. So what it does is it pulls 20 at a time by the most recent tweets. So I am going to, we have a lot more than 20, so I'm going to go ahead and click below and show more results. I'm going to click on that quite a few times. We usually have about between 140 and 160 tweets. So I've kind of gotten in the habit where I keep clicking show more results until we get to, 140 or 160. Okay, and here you can see this is where people are starting to introduce themselves. So it actually was 140. And so I know that that's typically the beginning. If I want to click on show more, I can do that and it will pull up more. So now at this time, I have all of the tweets that everybody mentioned with this hashtag, the most recent 140 tweets. So I can either go through and decide which ones I really like and drag them over one at a time. So for example, this is where Naomi starts the conversation on what digital curation is. That's a great place to start. Then I can go through and I can either add who all was there where they're just introducing themselves, or I could skip over that part. And then I can pull, the next piece of information that was useful. So for example, if I wanted to drag hers below, I can put this comment below, and then I can just kind of drag and drop all the comments that I like. If I don't have a lot of time, I typically don't look through every single thing that was said. I will just click right here where it says add them all, and it dumps all 140 over here in a list. So if I do have a lot of time, I like to put a lot of thought into which specific phrases I'm adding. And if I don't have a lot of time, I just click on add them all and it dumps them right here. And that's it. Whenever everything's done and it's in an order that makes sense to me, all you do is click on, well, I usually click on save now, but then you click on publish and it will give you your URL. So now I just clicked on publish and it brings me to this screen. Here's my title and here's my conversation, which this only has 4, but normally I would go through and add all of them. And at this point I can share it. So I would click on this and then I usually tweet it out, or sometimes I just email it to myself. That way I know that I have the link. And that's all there is to it. So right now you can see that I have stories and followers, and you follow people, so you can actually get really involved in Storify and follow what other people have posted, or you can just use it to house your own digital resources. And that's all there is to it. It's a very easy website to use.